Hello, my name is Oscar, and I'm going to be doing a video tutorial on limiting reactants and percent yield composition. Alright, so one of the things you're going to need, very important, is a periodic table. And the reason that this is so important is because it's got all the molar mass of every element that you're going to need. The equation that we're going to be doing is pretty simple, but it can be applied to any equation that you need to either find the reactants or find the percent yield on it. Alright, so with any problem that you do, the first thing you're going to want to start out with is a balanced equation. Alright, and the equation that we're going to be doing today is of H2 and O2 to form H2O. Alright, important thing to note is that the molar mass of hydrogen, or more importantly in this situation, H2, is about 2 grams per mole. For O2, it's about 32 grams per mole. Alright, most important thing is the ratio of the reactants and the product. In this case, it is 2 H2 molecules for every 1 O2 molecule will yield 2 H2O molecules. Alright, this ratio is in moles, so that means you're going to get one for every 2 moles of H2, and every 1 mole of O2 you're going to have 2 moles of H2O. Alright, so in any problem, what usually happens is that you're given a quantity of reactants. So let's say you've got 200 grams of O2 and 10 grams of H2. Alright, so you have to find out which one of these is the limiting reactant. In order to find that out, you have to find out how many moles of O2 are actually in 200 grams. In order to do that, you need your calculator, or if you're really good at math, you can do it in your head. I'm not, so I'm going to do 200 divided by 32 is 6.25. 6.25 moles of O2, and H2 is 10 divided by 2 is 5. 5 moles of H2. Alright, so as I said, you need 2 moles for every 1 mole. So you need 5 moles. If you're going to try and do 6.25 moles of this, you're going to need 12 moles. So you don't have it. Alright, so that means that H2 is your limiting reactant in this situation, because you need, if you want to do 6.25 moles, you need one of those would yield 2. You need 2 moles of this. So 2 times 6.25 is 13.5, which is not that. Alright, so in this case, our limiting reactant is H2. So what that means is that you're actually only going to need 2.5 moles of O2. Alright, so let me fish my calculator out before we proceed. So yeah, you just found out that your limiting reactant in this case is H2. Alright, next step is to figure out what your percent yield is. Alright, so what happens in any percent yield problem is that you are given either given a actual yield, and you have to find out what your theoretical yield is. Let me just check and see if this is any visible. Let's zoom it in if we need to. It's a little better, ain't it? Okay, so let's say we've got the 200 grams of O2, like we said, and the 10 grams of H2. So what that means is that in this theoretical yield, like we said, we're only going to have 5 moles of H2 and 6.25 moles of O2, limiting reactant. Let's find out what the molar mass of H2O is. I've already done this problem, so I already know that it is 18 grams per mole. And to figure that out, you just do the molar mass of each one of these elements, which is 2H2, which is 1 gram per mole for hydrogen, and 15 grams per mole for oxygen. So you have a combined of 2 times 1 is 2 plus 16 is 18 grams per mole. So if we've got 6.2 moles of O2 and 5 moles of H2, that means that H2 is our limiting reactant. So we're actually going to get 2 moles or 5 moles of H2O. So let's see what our molar mass is in this situation. 5 times 18 is 90 grams. If we start out with 5 moles of H2, we should also get 5 moles of H2O, which molar mass of H2O is 18, so we should end up with 90 grams of water. Alright, so that's our theoretical yield. Our actual yield might be given as 70. So the equation for percent yield is 100% times actual over theoretical. So let's plug that in. 90 grams for theoretical, 70 grams per actual times 100 equals percent yield. So let's 70 divided by 90 is 0.77 times 100 is 77% yield. Alright, so let me go, did that pretty fast. I'll do it one more time just in case nobody got it. Step 1 in any limiting reactant equation is balanced equation. Step 2, the ratio of products and reactants. Okay. Step 3, convert grams to moles, or vice versa. Step 3, or step 4, is determine which is the lesser in the reactants. That is going to be your limiting reactant. 5 for percent yield is find theoretical yield. Step 6, do the percent yield equation, which is over theoretical. Do plenty of these and it'll be real easy. So just practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect. Alright? Thank you and you have a great day.